そうだ、味方だぜ。
Hello, and welcome everyone to D6. Oh god, why is the audio on? Whoops. Happens every now and again. Hello, welcome everyone to D6, where I, Yoshi, am bringing together various friends from across the internet to play on a D&D live stream show. You may notice that we have a couple of friends joining us as a sponsor for the next couple of episodes, which is our friends over at Elderwood Academy. If you guys don't know about Elderwood Academy, they make a bunch of amazing D&D little things, such as what are dice boxes, so that way you can take your dices, you can organize and take your dice with you, and their spellbook dice boxes are really, really awesome. Or your very own little dice rolling mat. I haven't gotten mine yet, but I know Caitlin has her dice tower, which is something that I absolutely love, and she just dropped it in the chat. Thank you. If you guys are really interested in any of that stuff, please do go check out the Elderwood Academy. I cannot wait until I get mine, because as soon as I do, I'm going to make something really awesome about it. That being said, if you guys want to go ahead, check out our sponsor over at Elderwood Academy. That is Elderwood Academy, and I'm not sure if they've given us a code just yet, but when they do, I will let everyone know next week. They'll be here for the next 10 episodes. Just want to let everybody know. All right. Yeah, they look really, really good. I love them. All right, so also that being said, in case you guys are not aware, we do have a Patreon. There's always a link down below to send you guys to our Patreon, and the money that goes into the Patreon helps support this channel. Or if you decide to subscribe and be able to use our wonderful emotes, you are also welcome to doing that as well. I really recommend to anybody that is watching, please do try your best to support, or if you're just watching, to support. I really love that as well. Thank you guys so very much. And with the new month rolling around, and with everything that is happening, I just want to make sure that that is information that everyone has immediate access to. So that being said, so thank you again to Elderwood Academy and our patrons over on Patreon and our subscribers here on Twitch. Thank you guys. And with that, hey, all of you guys, wake up. We have a game to play, my friends.
Wow. Oh shit, we do? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Also, y'all can confirm that dice tower is really nice and is very well made.
Yeah, I kind of wish I asked for one too, but I just got a game mat instead. I just need something to roll my dice in. The one that I have is like old, and I've had it for the past like 6 years or 4 years, 5 years. God,
I just need one at all, so I'm still waiting on that too.
Yeah.
I have a Magic the Gathering playmat I've had for a decade.
All right, so
we make do, goddammit.
Yeah. Well, considering that any all the things that I try to do is to the best of my ability with how much I have. Let's see. All right, so. Not really much else to discuss. We're going to go ahead, jump on into tonight's game of D6. All right. So, where we had last left off. So our adventurers had finally managed to get a hold of Leroy, returning back to Aurario, claiming some pieces, as well as just some weapons in general, some information, and then heading to Dracovania in order to seek the guidance of the Dragon King. I hear barking. Not Banjo, to seek the guidance of the Dragon King, and then also to try and see if they can find what is this dragon that has... That was you this time. Hey! I hear you. To not only seek the guidance of the Dragon King, but also to find a dragon known as Glacialtrox in order to try and ascend to the Tower of Nox, which is at the highest point of the world, where they may seek more wisdom from what is one of the primordial dragons that had once created this universe. Or many times, as far as you guys know. So, as you guys stand before the Dragon King, you have everything that you need. What do you all do next?
Are we still in the room?
Yeah, you're still standing before him. You guys never dictated that you left.
Well, I figured that was
I thought we were done doing
official business.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else we need to do, so...
I mean, we already asked where Glacialtrox was, right?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking to yourself, just like that situation with the magic cloak we were supposed to notice. We already asked a lot from him.
Yeah, we spent in fact, we spent over an extra hour for it.
Yeah, you guys did. I'm really proud. And also, I get it. Because, like, I did dictate that, like, there was just a lot to go over.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
So,
But I think at least as of right now, we've covered what we need to cover.
yeah.
If we were
And you
to
did
ask
tell
him-
us where Yeah.
If we were to ask him for the piece, what are we called?
the shield that he had.
Huh?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
shield.
shield.
The shield, yeah. But it would be a little too much. We already asked.
As far as you're aware, he is aware that Canis is wearing a fragment of Primeval on his head. He did note that he owned one himself, Bravery's Song, which is the shield. He did note that perhaps in a later conversation that might be something on the table.
Yep, I do remember that. So,
Yeah.
I think the
And
best course of action is to do, what we're doing now, get his question in there, and, if we make him happy, then we can probably bring it up again.
Yeah. And he did tell us where Glacialtrox was, right?
Yes, towards the northern end of Dracovania, with what looks like to be a snow tundra covered land, as it is claimed as for himself, due to not only assisting the kingdom, but also in a lot of ways he helps protect the kingdom, but it's really difficult considering not only that his lineage has often been very positive, but also he's just a white dragon. And white dragons are not known for being exactly 100% nice.
It's a chromatic.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, black, white, maybe there's a little bit yin yang going on here. If we could speech 100 at a Dragon King, maybe we could convince him.
Well, all we need is some treasure, I think, to,
Well, technically he already drank the wine, so we're gonna have to find something else.
probably. Do we... We should probably say we're probably going out of the thing now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys...
We're not...
You guys give your proper bows and leave the threshold.
Yeah,
thank
Gar's
you,
just
man.
wiping off the red paint now.
Yeah, as you're just like peeling off the acrylicness of the paint as it's piecing apart. You are noticing that there are several individuals kind of just making sure the streets are clean, and they're kind of looking at you, a Grimmwalk, doing this bullshit, but managing to just strut along with this giant fucking golden medallion on many of your beads.
Is he just like that around like a Flavor Flav clock?
Flavor? What is that?
You've never heard of Flavor Flav, really?
Just a massive clock that he swung around on a chain on his neck.
Does he have hammer pants too?
Jeez.
Oh god.
I'd imagine he's wearing a gi, so that's up to you.
And I was just fucking around. Yeah.
Alright. Well, here's the question. Do we have anything currently that we'd be willing to bargain with?
No, we can give the white dragon.
Yes.
I have an item to prevent scrying and detection.
That is
I'm not
true.
using it because I cannot attune to that many items.
Well, we do have a bunch of gold. And those gems that we found recently as well.
What do white dragons like?
Make a... Which one's better, your Arcana or your History?
Yeah, I don't think it either.
Either?
Arcana 0, History 4.
I think it'd be history because Arcana is more known about their biology.
Yeah.
Okay, then make a...
I know.
Alright,
Just because I
River,
know-
make a History check.
History check. Yeah. Give me that 21.
21?
I'm using this big die from now on.
The big boy die.
So...
It's my die.
Here's the thing about white dragons. They are visceral as creatures. Mainly because, not like red dragons who aspire to take anything that they possibly can, where white dragons are hunters. They go down, they claim trophies, and then they bring it back, but they don't really have to flaunt too much. It's things that are within their lair, things that they claim as trophies are the things that they value the most. And gleaning anything off of Glacialtrox is impossible for you guys to know as his personality. But white dragons are hunting type. And that's why they go through the tundra, because anything that they can hunt and find and take, it's theirs. And then they bury it in ice.
So bringing an offering is not really that big of a deal because he wants stuff he gets himself.
He might find something that'd be worth it as a trophy taken from you guys if you give it to him, but you don't know.
Let him kill one of us.
You don't know what he's like until you meet him.
Yeah, that's true.
He wants to chase us around the tundra on a jeep, shooting at an elephant.
Oh, yeah, interesting. I always wanted
It's all fair game.
Also, Yarrow, apparently you are a bit loud compared to everybody else.
Oh. That is odd. I've never had that problem
Yeah.
before.
There's a new one.
Okay, chat, how is it now?
Sound testing. 1, 2, 3.
Sound
Yeah.
testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you guys let me know.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're really low.
How are we all coming in?
How do we all sound?
You're really quiet now. Well, it's for us, yeah.
Well, that's an easy fix on mine because I actually turned him down a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was doing well. Apparently I'm wrong.
All right.
Everything is
Apparently it's good.
Yep, they
Alright.
say fine. So, okay.
Alright.
Well, I guess we can just go, and if he wants something, we can see if we can do any exchanges. So,
Character says what he's like.
yes, I suppose so.
In worst case scenario, maybe he wants some combat. I don't know.
Well, we are apparently going to fight some guardians, so who knows? Maybe that'll excite him.
Possibly.
Alright.
Anyway, let's try to find him.
The promise of adventure.
Alright.
Well, we do plan on bringing him along.
Mhm.
Yes?
As you guys traverse through Dracovania, of course, the ever leering eyes of the Draconian guard around here, you are not bothered, but it's almost as if people want to spit at the ground you walk on, given the nature of the people here.
Well,
Well,
just me or just everyone in general.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah,
Hello.
it's a lot
Hi.
of people, and you often are surrounded by a relatively nice aura of people when you're in Aurario, but here it just feels negative.
I know they're being like those like please get out of our town thing, but I know people like that, and they can get a little more annoyed or confused if you are nice to them. So River, whenever they look at us or if they look at River, she's just going to, with a smile, wave at them and say good morning.
It is evening.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad
Good
idea.
good evening. Then
Yeah.
I don't know.
It feels like I'm home again.
That's bad. Wait.
You saw them.
Well, I know, but
They did a better job at hiding it.
I still don't
Yeah.
understand why they hated you back home. You're one of them.
Yes, but, you know, they're all snooty.
Elves all the time.
Besides the fact that I'm not of your normal, respectful occupation, and I may or may not have annoyed a few people here and there.
Well, that one I believe.
Helena just gives like a little grin and shrugs. I mean, look, I'm a spy. Sometimes I have to annoy people.
I think the point of being a spy is not being noticed.
Or announcing what you do.
Well, I don't announce it to the people that I'm annoying.
That is true.
So, as you guys progress through, you find yourselves with what looks like to be the general area. As you notice, going a little bit towards the northeastern end of this city, the temperature drops dramatically around here, and it becomes a bit more of a mountainous range. As you guys begin to progress forward, you notice that the trees are all lightly snow-covered, and that there is a simple winding trail to what looks like to be this general mountain that has been carved out, and you see with what looks like to be this almost glyphic-like design along the entirety of the mountain, and it seems to have this slightly evanescence glow along it. Anything that you guys can possibly comprehend to this giant floating landmass that manages to just stay within place on Earthseheimel, you can kind of gather that it's probably coming from this, and this alone.
Well, I think we're in the right direction.
How many?
I'm sure it looks majestic.
It is quite pretty, yes.
I'm quite surprised. I'm gonna be honest. What kind of? I know white dragon, chromatic, but there's also another three more dragons in the same area. Aren't they territorial?
Well, you would figure there's some sort of immunity in the City of Dragons.
I thought it was City of Dragonborn.
Well, we did just meet a couple of dragons, and we're gonna meet a dragon right now.
I'm so.
Maybe he's just a encompassing dragon kind.
Well, I mean,
I suppose they just don't have a problem with each other.
possibly. I mean, during what is it? The one great battle, you know, there were dragons that all helped out, so who knows, maybe they're just doing the same thing.
If I
Heck, for all we know, perhaps they're the same ones, I don't know.
the very little I remember what Lionel told us about the war and chromatic dragons and all of that is that it was weird. It's strange for chromatic dragons to be nice or even to cooperate.
So, as I remember telling you, and I will reiterate this for
Yeah,
you.
during the Tiamat thing, there were a couple that
He
were-
is.
Yeah.
This dragon is an explicit descendant of one of the chromatic dragons that fought against Tiamat during the Feyvelmach.
Mm.
He has
I don't remember
probably he has probably sought the reason for the level of comfortability without having to be hunted or threatened by other dragons out in the world by being here.
Safety in numbers kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if I'm not an asshole here, then I guess people won't attack me.
Probably the same general thought process.
That's
Alright.
interesting. We're gonna have to see what kind of dragon he is then.
Maybe he's friendly.
Can white dragons turn into humanoids?
Well, we've seen gold dragons do so, and we've seen a silver dragon do so, so possibly.
Yeah, logic dictates.
Mm-hmm.
Although the last few chromatics we found were simply dragons, so
It depends on the dragon itself. Dragons can generally have innate magical abilities. Their breath weapons coming from their very innate ability, and also what is the piece that makes them that. but in ever this situation, it's hard to say. You've never met a chromatic dragon that's been able to cast spells.
Or talk to.
Yeah, they said they tried to attack us because it was fun.
Like the blue one, the red one.
Well, maybe this will be the first time where we actually get to have a pleasant conversation with.
We'll
If I
have to
recall
check
correctly,
it.
I thought that the red dragon did insult us, but
It
I-
called us lunch, and then we attacked it.
That
yeah,
was
that.
conversation.
But anyway, do we see some house or anything?
You do notice as you guys continue this conversation, you guys are not fighting the bitter wind, but it's freezing out here. The light snow only now comes up to about 6 to 7 inches up you, and for you, River, you're having a little bit of trouble given your size. As you guys finally make it to what seems like to be this giant cave, and what seems to be these dioceses for offerings, and what looks like to be several people that come here every so often to leave something here, and he comes by, picks up whatever he wants, and then leaves. And as you can feel in here, the nearly clear bluish ice as it forms around the walls, and it's almost elegant, almost as if it's learning, like it's trying to make pillars from its ice, but they're so jagged, or they're not exactly perfect, but it's almost as if something is trying to make an architectural design to its layer.
Hope we can get him some architecture.
It's very beautiful so far. No wild kind of way.
Yeah, I expected corpses or animals around, pelts.
It's such a shame I can't see it, though that's probably for the best.
What does it smell like? Carol?
What does it smell like?
So, Garo, as you're smelling, it smells cold and wet, but you also get the faint smell of, I guess, something recently dead. Like the iron from the blood still lingers. There's probably something else, almost as if it's like fur and fresh ground. It's earthy tone to it.
It smells like ice, cold water, and meat.
Well, this dragon seems to be a little bit artsy, so I don't know. But here's, hoping that perhaps he's just making something with animal hide.
Maybe they're into the fine arts.
Or maybe he's just having dinner.
That too.
That too.
Hmm.
Alright.
What was the name again?
Glacialtrox.
Glacialtrox. Do you want me to call him?
Well, I mean,
Or do
yeah, I guess so. Is there a door?
It's a cave.
Or a gong. Something to...
So yeah, something to ring or knock on.
It's a big door.
There is at the edge of this cave. There's only simply what is this rather rough formed dais, and then nothing else.
Here's my question. How was the circumference of the cave? Because when I think cave or dragon, I think massive.
It's pretty fucking big considering it is a dragon. The general circumference is about, let's see, 40 feet wide.
Oh my god.
It's pretty big.
Heard of big.
It's 40 feet wide with somewhere along maybe 60 feet tall.
Yeah, okay. The last thing we want is to enter a dragon's lair uninvited, so...
So suppose we leave a note with an intention to come here later.
Or I can...
Or would you prefer to just shout into his home?
Not shout. I can use thaumaturgy to make my voice louder and just call his name.
Well, might as well. Go ahead.
River does so.
Okay. What do you say?
What did you say his name was?
Glacialtrox.
Glacialtrox.
Think Glacier with
Mhm.
Trox.
I'm trying to find a way to say a good like title or something that sounds respectful.
Get your ass out here.
Did you win? Great Glacier Trucks. We are looking for a meeting. Require your help.
Okay.
As I use Tometry to make my voice louder, like freaking. I just realized that's what Dumbledore does in that movie when he just puts
Yeah.
his freaking wand on his
This
throat.
was-
Yep.
Yeah.
Tometry.
So as you speak into the cave, you hear it echo alongside, and you wait about a moment.
I just realized it's nighttime.
Visitor, you seek my help. Do you bring me gifts?
You're the
Well,
one talking to him.
we weren't sure what to bring. We were kind of thinking of asking what something perhaps you might like.
Any specific preferences?
Once again, as the rumbling sound that comes out of the cave.
Shiny meets trophies.
Where did I leave my T-Rex skull?
I
just-
believe it's in the bag of holding.
I don't think. Oh my god.
But it's, yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
I thought we taxidermied that thing.
Yeah,
I thought we did too, honestly.
Oh,
Go
if
with
that's the
that.
case, yeah. If you taxidermied it proper, then
I
yeah,
remember we went back to the town of the freaking couples and we took care of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So as you reach inside the bag of holding and with your giant gauntlets, you pull what is this perfectly taxidermied T-Rex head. It is still pristine by design, and you're wondering if this might be worth it. So go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh yes, my
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay. Would I have advantage for any particular reason? Just asking.
Just because we're all there.
Nope,
Being
just a
super friendly.
straight.
No, wait a
persuasion.
second.
It's okay.
No, wait a second. Garu is gonna place the blue sapphire on top of the fucking skull to give him advantage for the help.
Would that work?
We have a trophy and a shiny.
River, make a persuasion with advantage then.
Very well.
Yeah,
Yee.
I'll consider the assist.
Okay, so one is a 4 and the other is an 18. 18 plus 9, 27.
All right.
Nice.
As you
Fucking
I have
ready.
very good persuasion skills that I never use.
come up to the dais and you place the very nice head on it, and also with the very beautiful gem that's sitting on top of it. You guys, just beyond the darkness, you can see these deep, glowing blue eyes coming out of the cave.
Trophy. Shiny. You may enter.
Sweet.
Oh, it was
Lovely.
It was just an entry fee. Oh, we're fucked.
We're fine. Stop it. Come on. We'll be fine.
So as you guys pick up the very nice taxidermied head and the giant blue sapphire. As you guys make your way down, it is a long cave as it begins to slightly narrow out, almost as if this is a little trap just for him to build. For anything that tries to escape, it won't escape easily.
Fair enough.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Very good to know.
So, as you guys begin to walk up, and you see, as you pass through the small threshold with what looks like to be a simple lattice step, as it goes up, you notice immediately the low-lit gems that slightly just float around the room. Just up and down, floating around. You notice what looks like to be this giant white creature as it stands on this giant pedestal up high, made of ice and stone. You notice the entire room is filled with gems, gold, platinum, items that seem like that they've been there since the beginning of time, artifacts, and trophies.
Are there any humanoids as trophies around here?
Make a perception check.
Well, while he's looking for that, are there dragon trophies as well? Like of dragon parts?
You do notice that there seems to be almost like giant wings. One,
Okay, good to know.
one that looks. There seems to be two in specific. One that looks like it is made out of red, and the other one with what looks like to be out of green. And he placed them almost color accordance.
Dirty 20.
D20. So as you begin to kind of just look around as quickly as possible, you do notice in one specific area with what looks like to be trapped in ice, an old, almost skeletal-like thing, and it is entrapped in there, still almost screaming to its death, as it is humanoid, but probably was alive after.
It's like frozen ice.
Yep.
Well, that's just good old Bonesy Jones. Don't pay too much mind to him.
As you guys get up to the top of these steps, you see the eyes that have never left your sight as it begins to rise and come up, as it claws the side of this pedestal and begins to rise. These giant white wings as they unfurl out and over, and it covers what looks like to be the majority of the lights that are floating behind him as he looks down towards you with these glacic blue eyes, pure white scales. As he breathes, it almost freezes your faces.
My gifts.
As he reaches out with one long claw.
Yeah, I'll raise them as much as I can so he can grab them.
Alright. He reaches down, and with two of his claws, he plucks them out of your hands, and he brings them over.
I've never seen a creature like this. Where did you find it?
From another plane. The Wildlands, I believe it was called?
It was the
The
wild
Beastlands.
The Beastlands.
A good place to hunt, I suppose.
As he places it below him, and he looks at the beautiful sapphire as he goes over and he sticks it in the wall, and he you see as it now covered in ice, now a part of his large gem collection.
Impressive.
Very beautiful.
I can't see it with my own eyes, but I'm sure it is quite impressive.
You can feel it.
Yeah, I can feel the wealth.
He now begins to almost boarded the edge of this pedestal as he now begins to bend and look down.
'Tis rare to see a Grimmwalk within my presence. But it seems like the king has grown desperate.
Well, I wouldn't
Desperate.
necessarily say desperate. More like convenient to have a Grimmwalk with no eyes.
Very convenient. The curse of Vuthakir the Old has come to taint his bloodline. Not even I would dare to gnaw upon such bones.
Very good to know.
That curse is that terrifying, huh?
As he begins to look over towards Canis, and then his eyes shift over towards Helena. And it's almost as if he's now beginning to lock eyes with you, Helena. Never leaving.
You, however, you're a rare specimen.
She gives a little bow of her head. I have things to take care of here within this plane.
You all speak like you've seen more than what meets the eye. I too wish to claim such glory. But I fear leaving my treasure, it would be pilfered.
Well, it's actually good to know that you would like to have an adventure, because that's actually kind of why we're here.
In
Kind of
fact,
what
we've already heard of your glory. Someone that has made their way to the Bourdain Canyon with such ease.
An adventure once when I was younger, but foolish. When I was able to ascend near to the top of the Tower of Nox, there was not a single ounce of treasure there, not a single trophy, only the Guardian, and what Market left behind.
As he begins to pull back and he raises one arm, you guys see with what looks like to be a still ever-healing wound of what seems to have gnawed on this guy. Almost pulling off more than what is still possible. He managed to escape and make it to the top as there's these large bite marks, what seems to be a chunk that was once missing but healed over.
Did you find the tower?
Yes, but there was nothing there. Imagine how disappointing something might be, especially for one such as myself.
Nothing but a closed door?
Yes.
He now begins to break eye contact with Helena and now trailing on you, River.
Do you know what is behind it? After all this time.
An enigma.
We have the answer.
You see as
Or
his
rather, we have the
claws
keys.
now beginning to scratch along the side of the pedestal, almost as if thinking and carving out to make it look nicer.
I would not simply leave my hoard behind. Last time was for
Then
fun.
Well then, how about this? Would the knowledge and wisdom of the primordial dragons be of interest to you?
No. I only seek glory in treasure, shiny, and trophies.
Well, then what of the Guardian of the Bourdain Canyon?
That will be a great trophy. And a good sense of revenge.
As he begins to kind of think things over, he is hesitant. scratching the old wound.
You all seem so fearless. But not even I would dare to face the creature again, lest I know you are prepared.
Well, could you help us? We want to know what exactly lies up there and what is so dangerous about it. We know nothing about the Guardian, but you do.
It is one much larger than my own. It is an endless maw. The Purple Guardian, it stretches miles. I can hear it beneath my wings. But if all of you are so foolhardy for my guidance, perhaps you are foolhardy to bring me a worthy trophy.
Hmm.
Would the skull of a dragon be of any interest to you? I did notice your lovely collection of wings.
Plucked myself.
Lena sticks her head in the bag and then comes out with the red dragon skull.
As you do, this one is not taxidermied. As you
Oh, shit.
No, I thought we got the skull.
Yeah,
no, I thought
yeah,
we
we
cleaned
did.
the skull.
I thought we did when we
Yeah.
were working with the other crap, like when Canis got his
yeah.
fancy suit.
as this one still kind of has some of the pulled muscle along many of its facial features as you pull it up. It is an adult, but not like the size of this one. This one's old. And he looks at it almost jokingly.
It is of no interest to me. I want something fresh.
Do you have something in mind?
Does. I try not to use too much of my notes for this, but
They're there for a reason, yeah.
yeah. Well, I try to be good about it.
There are a great deal of things. Trophies, shinies, glory. You speak of many places. One beyond this one. I hunt for an old creature, one beyond time. It has since corrupted itself with demonics. It was told that it was banished away from this place and can still be hunted today out within the quarry of the evanescence of this land. And then there is another, one that I would imagine would be of beauty towards my collection of wings.
As he points towards the three.
A mighty dragon who hails within the storms of Hollingrad. He is one who takes joy in striking down those with lightning breathing, although he is quite small for a blue one, but still mighty as I.
What is the first creature you refer to?
The first creature that he refers to, it is one as old as time, but it escaped beyond a land of ever-flowing evanescence. To this idea,
Fae?
it might be a fae.
You
So-
see Helena's head flop backwards.
So, possibly a fae or a blue dragon? Goody.
Oh, you don't
There
have
is one
much luck with.
more.
Oh, no bad. Yes.
There is one
So
more.
oh, more.
Oh, go on.
In the land of fire and brass, there is one who holds a very ancient piece, one that I would like to claim for myself. It is said to be one of fire. As it burns within its steel, it is said that it can warm any heart. I wish to quell it.
An item?
Yes. It is known as the Ever Furnace.
Have we ever heard that before? It's not one of the.
You have never heard of it? It is not a fragment of primeval,
No,
but it does
that
sound
sounds
like
new.
ancient technology.
Is that a fourth one?
It is a what?
Is that a fourth one?
Fourth one.
Are there any other trophies that he's giving us?
Nope. Those are the only three as he's staring at all of you. Interestingly.
There be any way to convince you to help us with this first, and we can assure you to bring something back later?
No. I must see that you are proven your worth. I do not wish to face the Purple Guardian unless I know that all of you are prepared as well.
It's a trial.
That's fair.
I do not wish to face the same fate as before.
Scratching his old wound once again.
Yeah, that's understandable. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I kinda want to go back for the Fae, mainly because it's close.
Helena kind of nods solemnly as well.
Question: would you be willing to give us a ride so that you can witness our victory yourself?
I do not wish to leave. I rather like my trophies.
As he begins to look out among his lair.
You mentioned that you fear people coming in and stealing from you. Who would try to steal from a white dragon?
There are many.
Someone such as mighty as you.
There are many. Whether or not the Dragonborn are aware of it, there are those who do not find my kindness or gestures to be beneficial to the kingdom, but I made my agreements. I like my hoard. I do not want anyone taking from it.
That's
That's
all
understandable.
fair.
Yeah. We shall get this. We shall fulfill this trial of yours. I can promise you that. Not only our curiosity, we are not here just for the curiosity. There's more at stake than simple need to get there. It's we can't afford to lose. I'm gonna be honest.
As he begins to look out towards you. Make
Charisma? Or persuasion?
just make a straight charisma.
Charisma. Oh, come on, Dragon Heist. Let's see.
I don't know. I know something.
Rerolling that one.
That's starting to bracky.
Jesus Christ!
Fucking A, Bracky.
Okay. I love when this shit happens. I went from 1 to 20. 21.
All right.
God,
He looks out towards you and he begins to lower his head, becomes slightly leveled among all of you.
Curious. Is there glory where this ends?
we hope so.
I mean, if you would say defeating a god being gloriful.
And possibly finding a lost city lost to time, perhaps.
Are you familiar with the name Sahir?
An old creature, a god, fallen from grace of Asmodeus, yes. I've heard the name.
The creature has caused nothing but pain to my people. And we are going to put an end to it.
Perhaps all, when said and done, perhaps I will also seek glory in this endeavor with you.
Okay,
His
this is how the
eyes
character-
become wide and interested in you.
Out of character suite, we have 3 dragons now.
Yes, 3 dragons.
Woohoo!
You are so lucky you rolled at DC.
So you're just looking at the horizon. Why the fuck are there so many dragons?
Why do you hear like 10 different boss theme musics?
He's gonna be so screwed. I'm so excited.
Oh, yes! Oh.
Complete
Wait,
your
wait, wait, wait.
hunts. Return with trophies and shinies, and you will find an ally with me.
We shall.
As he finishes, he returns back to his former position to sleep with 2 eyes wide open, staring out, watching all of you as you begin to leave his cave. It's rather intense being in a creature who is of this size and stature.
Yerp. Right. I guess we bow out and take our leave.
We'll make our way out. So, and as we make our way out, I'm just going to say to you guys. Okay, so a couple things to think about this. Cannot wait for Sahir to piss his pants, if he has any. And second, you think we can talk to the king to get someone to guard the cave?
That would actually be a good idea.
Well, we would have to find someone that Glacialtrox would trust.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
Not only that, we need to accomplish his task first before we worry about
Time is
any
of the
that.
essence.
So that's why.
Did you tell us specifically where it will be?
so, as you are aware, there are 3. There is a Fae that had escaped him during one of his hunts that had returned to the Feywild. That is 1.
Oh, I thought it was near the city. I interpreted that.
So we hunted it near the city and then it fled back to the Feywild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The second
Okay.
one is a blue dragon in Hollingrad that rests within the storms and strikes down anything with lightning. It is a big blue dragon.
Mm-hmm. That's in Hollingrad.
And
Which on
then
a ship, how much is that? How long is that?
on an airship from where you guys are, that's about a 2 days travel.
Huh.
And then lastly, there is a creature within there is an item within the city of Brass held by a creature who has an item known as the Ever Furnace.
City of Brass is another plane hopping adventure, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
in the Nine Hells?
I think that's Plane of Fire.
It is, yeah,
Plane
it's
of
in the,
Fire.
yeah, it is the Plane of Fire.
Yeah, that's the city.
Well-
The free.
Gar's gonna clasp his hands together. All right, looks like we're going to Hollingrand again.
Canis just starts getting PTSD of lightning bolts.
Yeah. So here's the thing: we can go to Halingrad and fight this blue dragon, or we can go to the Feywild and hope we can find this Fey because that place is going to be huge too.
We do have to go to the Feywild anyway.
That is true.
We do, but I feel like that would be a last on our list for this.
Just in case we suffer the whole time skip thing.
Indeed.
It is true.
Because once
Well,
we find what we need off of the tower in the Bordean Canyon, we could then go to Feywild.
Indeed. Which means the fastest option is the one nearby.
Halingrad it is.
How great is that?
It's okay, Canis. I'm going to. Let me see if I have it in my inventory. Did you buy them or did I buy them?
I know I have it. Helena just holds out a potion of lightning resistance to him.
Lightning is dexterity checks, correct?
Yes!
Yes.
He's gonna crack his knuckles. All right then.
By the way, Gara, before I forget, and she takes off the cloak. Trade backsies.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. So you guys swap cloaks. You put your beautiful jacket back on. You find
yes.
your invisibility cloak, nice and warm from before. But it awfully smells a lot like Garu this time. It's strange.
Gee, I wonder why.
All right. So
Oh man.
It smells like paint now.
Oh, it's You go invisible, you can see spots of paint. Oh no.
oh no, yeah.
Oh
All right.
Don't worry,
So
I'm invisible.
as you guys
You're invisible.
as you guys travel back down to the southwest area once again in order to re-enter the city, you guys spend a little over an hour doing so from the same way going back as going there.
Is there like a market in the city, like a small market area? Like a bazaar?
There is, but as of right now, since everything's kind of closing shop because it's
That's
late
true.
at night, I mean, what do you guys want to do while you're out and about?
I kind of want to just go there, but can we stop by Ilya's place one last time before we head on another adventure?
Sure.
I certainly don't
Yeah,
mind.
sure.
I don't mind it. Besides,
Honestly, we might
if
as
they
well.
try anything funny, and River points at the medallion.
Yes, of course.
Honestly, we might as well stay the night as well. Get our rest and head out in the morning.
And I'm sure she would love your company again.
Of course.
All right.
Oh, be sure to bring your blindfolds.
Oh yeah.
You know, I really like that. I really like that and all, but I'll go back to the ship. Notify everyone as to what our plan is, and I'll spend the night there just so I don't need to deal with the whole putting the blindfold in.
Oh, so you don't like... all right. So
I
you
would
don't
much
like
prefer
it.
not to bang my head against the table.
Listen, you can get used to it. I've done it for 24 years. You could just do it for an hour.
I can't. I need to see. Sorry, and I just make my way to the.
Runs away.
As you're running away as quickly as possible back to the airship, it is odd without your friends, as there is now a halfling now running through the city alone.
Now, honestly,
in a,
I don't think River should ever be alone. So Helena's just like, I'll just make sure she doesn't get in trouble, and I'll follow along with her.
All right.
Oh, she has fake hands and she wants to keep her eyes. Oh, I see how it is.
Oh man, she wants to keep her
So bitter that
Fake
you
hands.
find one. Oh, buddy.
fake hand.
Her fake giant Hulk hands that keep grunting all the time.
They go.
All right. So, as you and Canis, Garu, head back to Aaliyah's abode, you are met with the guards who, after flashing your very wonderful medallion, you see them begrudgingly open the gate, as they are vastly confused and also kind of just like, how the fuck could this have possibly happened? But Who are we to?
You don't need to worry about a Grimmwalk with no eyes. Carry on, then.
Don't
It's-
fret. We're just more important than you.
As the gates close behind you, you kind of hear one kind of say "fuck" in Draconic as he's walking away.
Please tell me it was the one that stopped me and Canis before, because that would be really satisfying.
Yeah.
The color of the scales, no.
Darn.
Yeah.
You could have just said yes, just to make it that much.
There's a lot of guards in this city.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. One day. As you guys make it back to Elia's home, as you guys, as you, Canis, re-blindfold yourself, and Arsis Garu, you hear the footfalls as she comes towards you. Is anything okay?
Everything is great. The meeting went perfectly well.
I'm surprised.
Very much so. And look, I even got even got permission to go about the city.
As you begin to show off your wonderful little medallion, she's like, it's surprising, to say the least. I never thought any of our family members could ever get this close.
Well, you won't have to worry about that much longer. Canis, could me and Ilya have a moment, please?
Yes, of course. He'll look for a door and bumble around until he can leave.
Yeah,
Be sure to drag your feet!
Clang, 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 clang.
Yeah, as finally making it out as you guys hear something fall over. Oh, it was probably a vase.
It's just a berserk clang sound effect.
Yeah.
No, that's just what it makes when he sits down.
As you and Aaliyah are now standing within her very humble abode.
Do you have any more tea left?
I do. Here, come along. She gets up and begins to walk over, and she places the kettle on the stove top and kind of waiting for the water to heat proper.
You know, I must apologize, really. Even though I met my own sister or cousin, or no matter the relation before, I've acted a bit brash.
It must be so odd, right?
Very much so. I mean, I didn't even know what my original parents look like. And I'm not talking about the scaled ones. I'm talking about the ones in the monastery.
I never
It's
did
strange.
get to ask you. I never did.
Oh,
get
yes,
to
of
ask
course.
you. So, where were you from originally? I know us, but like, where?
The Western Kingdom of Yinmen, raised by the Kali monks.
Is it nice?
It's home, that's for sure. They never really let us get out much. We were mostly restrained to the monastery. It's only when we turned 24 years old they just put us out into the world on a pilgrimage. I don't even know what the main country is like.
I always thought those who decided to not stay would just stay away, but it's also odd knowing that you exist and then having no binding to our history. It's freeing.
Well, you shouldn't be binded by our history either. I understand that you wish to stay here, but don't you wish just for a little bit of freedom? Like you mentioned before, you want to pick your own flowers, yes?
I would like my own seeds for the garden, yes. It's quite nice.
I see. Now I must confess something. Once this little, well, side adventure to the tower is done, I have a plan.
As she begins to walk over and she places the kettle down onto the firm wooden table as she passes a cup over to you.
Arigato. He's gonna take a sip. As much as this journey with my friends means a lot, well, considering the stakes of it all, I just don't feel right leaving things as is. With you, with the name of the Grimmwalks. There's still much to ponder about, especially once we succeed in our mission. But I can say this. We might be staying with each other a bit longer than you may have anticipated.
It would be nice to have family.
Of course. And not only that, when I do have to leave, maybe you'll have some privilege to go about the city as you please. To at least have that little bit of freedom to make your life more worth it, I suppose. Or, no, that's not the right saying, more like, well, you understand the sentiment, yes?
I do.
And that's good enough for me.
She reaches over the table and she puts a hand on yours. This is more than what anybody has ever done for me.
Okay, frankly, considering all that you've been through, you deserve more. And I'll make sure that even if I can't stay forever, I'll make sure that you'll get even just a smidge of that.
I appreciate that, Garo.
Of course. After all, family has to be there for each other. Even if we've only met for each other for, like, a day or two.
As you speak these words, the connection, the feeling, as your hands touch, you see the eyes once more as they stare. But through the darkness, you feel the overwhelming happiness and partial sadness that just comes from either not knowing what the world was or what it could have been, or the opportunity to have somebody by her side. Family.
Yeah. I still need to mull over some of the details, but do you trust me?
I do.
And that's good enough for me. And must I say, this tea is wonderful.
I'm glad. I've practiced a lot. And that's where I'm gonna cut over towards...
that would be a good time.
Yeah. Alright. So, Helena and River, as you guys are sitting upon the docked airship, what are you guys doing?
River just wanted to notify the crew where we are going in the morning, just so
Alright.
everyone is prepared. Get all the maps ready.
Okay.
If anyone has heard of the Blue Dragon in Hadengrad, just asking around.
The neither the Hui twins have heard of this creature, nor have anybody that has ever been in Hollingrad before. But these two being very interesting, but like they don't know the story and they've never seen the creature, so it's kind of hard for them because they've always been migratory in a lot of ways.
It was a just in case. I just wanted to like, let people know and be prepared just in case.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just preparations, and I haven't used my charge today. I'm going to scry on the beach.
Okay. I'm gonna switch over to.
I'm sorry, this is annoying. Just that's
I know.
what she would do.
I know.
Spy on her on every instance you can.
Yeah.
She's looking.
That's what she did to me.
Yep.
Yeah, payback time.
Payback's a bitch. Sometimes that bitch is called River.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it! Well, that's that block.
Hey, Snake Lady, are you pooping?
Are you
Yep.
pooping? Are you pooping? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That is going to be. Is that that's a wisdom save, yeah?
Yes.
It's going to be a 17. 13 plus 5.
I think that makes it, yeah.
As you try to throw yourself into the ether in order to try and glimpse at the current Athelius, as you are jettisoned across the skies, you are stopped at some point somewhere over what looks like to be in the area of Solman's Peak. And before you can even get close down within the vision of the town, suddenly you feel that cold vision as before. The silent whispers, "Not this time." As you are thrown back into your body, as you snap awake from your meditation.
You felt that star?
I did, Master.
That's our target.
Dying
And
but
River's
strong.
going to. River is just going to give a final polish to her gear and go to sleep. And just because for flavor for her, she's gonna go to sleep too. It's like a bed or like a what do they call when they are hanging on
Hammock.
ships?
Hammock.
Hammock. Yeah, we're gonna be using the same as usual.
Alright.
Which is the one where Ursula slept.
Duh.
Hmm.
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 This sounds like Arthur.
Sounds
As
like
you
Boar.
are hanging among the hanging within the hammock, a very silent Leroy approaches you, Helena. So,
Hmm.
complicated day. Complicated few days.
Only a little. It's not necessarily complicated. It's just potential things might be hard that come out of it.
I am no stranger to hardship. It's been a while since I've been able to sleep. But for some strange reason, I've been given a strange gift. Just because of how spiteful I was. But what memories I do have of her. And they're slowly coming back.
Keep that close. It's good to have family while you can.
That's what I'm scared of. I'm not going to be here long enough in order to actually be family.
It's not necessarily true.
What
Any
about
time
you?
you have is enough. I understand wanting to be greedy and wanting more about it. Wanting more love isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I want more time. As
I
far
wish I could say I could give that to you. Perhaps if we're lucky. By some miracle, but from my understanding, we go into this. Shakes your head. At least one of us isn't going to be.
What are you afraid of?
She's silent for a very long time. Don't like being alone.
Understandable. When I die, can you make sure that I'm not alone?
I think I can do that. For what it's worth, I don't think River will let that happen either.
Alright. And you see as he walks back over to the shadow of River and he once again enters it. Almost as if he feels his time is coming.
Helen is just going to ponder for a good long time until she has to sleep.
Alright. So, as all of you find rest and respite, Garu,
Yeah.
as you begin to find yourself drifting into the night, you feel weightless. As you enter this dream, the blackness of it all, you feel your back almost as if it goes from laying to suddenly standing. As you stand among the sea of stars, and for the first time you see light. The only memory of it has ever been was with the Raven Queen herself. The concept of picture and light through the darkness.
Oh dear. Is this you again?
It's not like before. There is a single idolized piece of light before you. What do you do?
I guess he's just gonna grab for it.
As you reach out towards the light and you begin to pull yourself through, you feel it as it enters your hand, your fist, as it begins to envelop around you. As you feel the light beginning to enter and it crawls up your arm and it begins to enter and spread. And suddenly through the darkness, through the night sky, it breaks. Like shattering glass, almost as if reality goes from night to day. You see skies of blue, hues and shade of clouds. You walk on top of what feels like this glass reflection of the eternity that you see around you. And there amongst you is single light as it shines down. A sun. And it does not burn, it does not hurt, but it feels welcoming and warmth.
Huh. This is nice. I guess he's just gonna walk forward in whatever direction.
Alright. As you walk through, you feel the cool breeze. And in through this eternity, you see one thing and one thing only. Not just only a sun, but this eye. Always staring, always watching. You feel something come from it. Malice. Darkness. Evil.
And can he look up to the eye?
You do.
Who's watching me?
You see the slitted pupil beginning to shift and look down at you. Almost as if you can't really glean anything off of it, but it's curious.
Does it say anything, or...?
There's no response. It looks at you. As the sun...
He's gonna...
As the
No,
sun...
go ahead.
as the sun beats down and it rains towards you, and you feel it past the eye with what looks like to feel like there's something supposed to be there, but there is nothing there. As the sun echoes towards you. To seek the eye is to seek your hex. Do you want power or do you want freedom?
I think I'd prefer both. Thank you very much. Freedom to use the power as I wish. To protect the people I want.
As you say this, you feel the sun as it almost begins to shade over like an eclipse. Power can corrupt. Power can be evil. Power can curse. It is dependent on what you are, what you wish to be. Garukali, do you seek the light?
I have nothing else to look forward to, so yes, why not?
Find me in Elysium. As the sun eclipses over in blackness, you are once again filled within the void of this star-scape as it returns you back from your feet right back to a laying position. Your eyes open or you feel yourself open. And you feel lighter today than ever. And you feel the wraps that always giving you these feeling of protection and warmth. You feel them now more than ever. You feel more connected.
Can Garo touch his eye region just to check something?
Yeah, as you begin to kind of feel your horns are there, but they are very different to you. It's almost as if there is something keeping you from seeing.
Are they slightly less sensitive?
They are. They're lighter too.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as if a weight that has encompassed your head is now grown lighter.
Must have had a good rest then. He's gonna stretch and get up.
You are perfectly limber today. Whatever sleep or dream that was, it was the best. Alright, it is the new day. As for all of you, as you begin to make your way out and towards, as you and Garu, is there anything else that you want to do while you're still here, though? Just need to double check.
Just like bid tidings to Elise and just, yeah.
Alright. Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, yeah.
So, do your tidings, and you and Canis, as you walk out past the gate, flashing your medallion, and they begrudgingly opening the gate once more. What is?
Greetings.
Yeah. You guys find yourselves.
Oh, and don't worry,
on
they're
the-
with us. And he like splashes the medallion
Yeah.
at the guards.
As they all just kind of like are still dumbfounded as to how a Grimmwalk got his hands on one of these fucking things. They have no choice. They have to say yes.
No need to look at me with such disdain. I'm just the same as the rest of you. Well, granted about the eyes, of course. Anyways, let's carry along then.
All right. So, as,
You really enjoy doing that, don't you?
Yes, yes I do.
Oh, Garu, so sassy.
He's a sassy man, a dragon
I mean-
land.
I miss nice naive Garu.
I do too.
No, now he's a sassy bitch.
There's a bitch.
So,
He's been corrupted by the Burgiosi.
I swear to God, I will strangle you one of these days.
You did this to him.
He corrected you on this too, and you keep saying it that way.
I just imagine Canis twitching every time he says it that way.
I think
believe
I've
it
corrected
is
you on that like
pronounced-
3 times.
Yeah, the bourgeoisie.
Yes, the Burgiosi.
Bourgeois. Bourgeois.
So,
Words of the Burgiosi. I'm not really sure. The Bourgeois.
I will let you. I will let you try to say it correctly 3 more times.
Okay. Burgiosi,
No.
Boygiosi,
No,
and Burgiosi.
stop talking.
Well, you can't order me around.
you can't tell me what to do.
Find another house to sleep in.
So,
I want to hear that like Garu goes, you can't order me what to do, and then just hard cut to Garu sleeping on the ground outside of the mansion.
No, even better, he's dangling off the ship now.
Yeah.
I never said you'd come on board.
all right. So, I just realized my white dragon's fucked up.
Darn.
I fucked up my white dragon. I don't
What
know
did you
how
do?
long.
Oh, you broke it?
Did you drop
We
him?
won.
No, his tail's on wrong.
Ah,
I made
It'll be a
him.
quirk.
I made him,
That's
Oh.
all right.
and
Nice.
his tail's on wrong.
You,
I'll show
what
you
do
guys later.
You done good.
It looks fine enough for camera.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you guys get onto your airship, as you guys are preparing, you guys find yourselves being directed out of the main housing for the airships as you guys make headway to Hollingrad.
Hollingrad.
Hollingrad!
Fantasy France.
hooray!
Oh.
Actually, Fantasy Europe.
Wait,
Isn't
are
that
the
the same thing?
Hollingrad Canadians there?
What?
Are there Hollingrad Canadians there? French Canadian.
God.
I believe,
What would you
I
put
believe,
the
given the
Canada here?
geography of this world, that might be south of Wallenstein.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Good. We're meeting
Oh,
the
they're so
directors.
They're so pretentious. They want you to talk only Hollingrad.
They get angry when you don't.
But they have such an exotic language, though.
I believe a lot of them go.
I just realized Hollingrad is just the only part we know of Hollingrad is a fucking swamp.
It was a nice swamp.
It was a nice one.
Alright.
I
So,
met a very large.
There's a reason they're so. If their
Remind me
swamps
again.
are fancy and the preps. Oh,
No, you tell.
If their swamps are so fancy, maybe there's a reason they're so pretentious. I wonder if they have free healthcare too.
What the hell is healthcare? The Affordable Cleric Act. Man, so nice.
When have I ever charged you anything?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, technically, it does cost a diamond.
You have only charged me when I break things.
Fair.
Oh, just a reminder. Were we given an area, or did he just say Hollengrad?
He did know Hollengrad, but there is really only one place where major storms are kind of
I mean, it's a blue dragon. Shouldn't it be like around a desert in Hollengrad?
I
imagine we're just looking for a place with a lot of lightning.
Yeah.
As I'm trying to note, there is relatively very few areas around this world that has a lot of mountainous, slightly dry, and also very desert-like areas, and that is near the Cathedral Ward. The reason why is because the Cathedral Ward is to the west end of Hollengrad, and towards the west end, you hop over the ocean and you go straight to Excelsium, which everyone knows Excelsium is just fun.
Excelsium, oh god.
Yeah, it is a desert world out there. So, pretty much, if by geography understanding, as this area is pretty much right for a blue dragon to exist. He can go one side where there's a lot of desert area, and then there's another side where it's nice, mountainy, and foresty, and lots of things to eat.
Unlikely, but I don't know. Who here has expertise in dragons?
I don't think any of us do.
Well, we did fight.
Not a single one of us. She says as she's like holding her hands out to Canis and Garu. Not a single one.
Son of the dragon god and a dragonborn.
Question: did he tell us it was a young or older one?
It is a very old one.
He said it was old but small for its age.
He notes that it is as powerful as himself, but he is small. It is probably to note, because white dragons are really huge motherfuckers, an ancient blue dragon is smaller than an ancient white dragon, but just as powerful.
I was going to say, ancient. Those things are goddamn dangerous. Oh man, we're gonna have. I feel like
we bounce this one, Yara.
I feel like we can take on an adult, an ancient one though. I don't know, adult.
We had help with the last adult we fought.
We did have help the last time. That actually
we
does
were
worry
more-
me a bit. Might actually behoove us to try to stop somewhere and perhaps try to get more lightning resistance, anything like that. Although, that said, it's still very dangerous.
Do we have any nearby allies?
I don't think. I don't know. Out of game wise, I don't know.
Out of game, you guys could probably try and call Connor. I'm not sure if he'll answer it though.
He's streaming right now.
He's streaming right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's up to him then.
In game wise, we would not know where to find them. So
Yeah.
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 In game, the dude travels a lot.
Yeah.
Out of game, we would have to ask him earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Cannot
not
do
gonna
that.
spring
Yeah.
So, as I had noted, this is the reason why I said, as old as he was, but smaller than he is.
Yeah,
Like
this-
blue
he's
that.
dragon.
So that's still an ancient
He's
dragon.
still ancient.
He
Yeah,
also said as
that-
strong as me.
Yeah, as strong as I am. So that is to note because of the size of a blue dragon. At any point, you guys can turn heel and do any other option that he has given you. But I note the big one as, yeah, that's closer, but more dangerous.
Okay, just be honest with us. If we go after this, are we gonna fucking die?
I don't know if
I
it's,
guess yes.
Given everything, after scaling,
I don't know if that's
there's a high chance possibility this encounter can end up with one person dead.
Okay, let's turn around.
Yeah.
High chance possibility. That is dependent on what you guys want to do. So you guys are up in the air right now.
Yeah. I still think that the smarter option is just kill multiple birds with one stone and just go to the Feywild.
Bite the bullet as it would be.
Get it done and over with, yes.
Yeah.
How will we get there?
Well, my master did want to join us, so probably have to at least pick him up. Otherwise, and Helena holds up the beads. You can probably just... What phase of the moon is it?
As you check your bow, it does look like it's getting closer towards the full moon phase. But by the time you make it to Yimnin from where you guys are, if you head directly... If you guys head directly due northwest from where you guys are, you could make it to Yimnin in about 7 days.
Well, here's what I'm asking. If we pick up Siren first and use the beans to get to Yimnin, when we make it?
How many of the teleport beads do we still have?
I think we have 5.
You guys have...
We were given more, I remember that.
Yeah, you were given more
we
by
were given
Mistra.
more.
Yeah, Mistra gave you more, I remember that. Allow me to check back on that episode and I'll let you know, because I know you guys didn't...
We definitely, at the very least, have enough to get there, and then we can figure out...
I do remember Lionel using 1 when he left.
It's either 4 or 5, it's one of those two.
So if
And
you guys
4 is
decided
acceptable.
to turn around and head straight to Aurario, once again, that's just a 3-day trip. You haven't made it outside of the country just yet. Let's see.
River just stares at the potion of lightning resistance and go, once again, not gonna use this.
You know, probably a good thing that we don't need to use this right now.
Are you saying that because you were worried about it, Canis?
I've already been almost murdered by a blue dragon. I don't need it to happen a second time.
That is fair.
I was kind of excited to face one, but not one of that caliber.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and there's probably a reason why he's sending you for that trophy. He's very fucking annoying, and probably has gotten away more than once.
So the white dragon's just being a bit of a bitch.
Yep.
Without using out of character knowledge, River would be excited, but 3 versus 1, I cannot vote to go against it.
Yep.
Maybe one day.
When we are
like
much
16.
higher level.
Yeah, when you're all level 16. Maybe one day.
When we can actually take
As
on
if
an
level
ancient.
12 wasn't high enough.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh man, that quest
I
looks
will
really cool.
apologize.
What's its quest requirement? Why is the level just a skull?
Yeah, I will apologize.
Oh,
I should
arcs
have
within
made that
arcs.
more. I will apologize to you guys. I should have made that more clear that he is an ancient blue dragon.
Yeah.
So that's my.
That's all right. At least we know before we actually get there.
I'm just like I'm not sure, because the city of Brass might be a bit more interesting than this, because this one might kill them.
You know, like ancients are what? Charles rank 20 something?
23.
In that ballpark, yeah.
Fucking Christ!
Yeah, getting an item, or assaulting an old Fae is a little bit easier given the power scaling, and I had to actually
They're gonna
scale.
go in there.
I actually had to scale it back because you guys lost dry.
Yeah, but Yarrow, City of Brass involves stealing an item from a city full of evil genies.
That's true.
Good luck with that one.
That's true, but I also account that your average for being able to persuade your way out of bullshit is relatively high.
It's as if we only have one option.
I have to see. But
You
best
guys-
option is go to our best option is go to the Feywild and get to Bears with one stone.
Mm-hmm.
Get a trophy and then hope Helena doesn't go nuts doing her thing.
I would be
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Let's just use the beads and make this quick.
Is there anything we can give to Helena to boost her up during the... I don't know. We will have to see as we make our way there.
Can you wear multiple cloaks?
No.
No, they count as a MacLeod item and you can only have one.
Dangies.
Good question. Okay, so the next full moon, when is that?
Said a week, 7 days.
A week.
The full moon will probably. I broke my pen. I'm so sad.
Dang it.
The full moon will probably come around in the next 6 days, given the phase that it's currently on your boat.
So yeah,
So
if
we wouldn't be able to make it in time.
well, no, if we go, we didn't answer this. If I go pick up Sierra and we use the beads, will we be able to get to him in time?
Would you be able to get to the pools of Hawaii in time? Yes.
Okay. My master wanted to join us, so I think we can head there, pick him up.
Yeah.
Perhaps just use the bead to get to Yemnin, then use the pools.
That would be done quickly.
Right.
Gee,
Make our way back home.
I sure seem to be heading home a lot. Well, not necessarily, but still.
Hey, you have a lot of homes now.
Yeah, and one feels more homey than the other.
How was your sister?
Yeah, she's doing fine. I'll do whatever I can to make sure she has just a little bit of freedom, but it's something that has to wait. Not until this little side quest is done.
I mentioned before, but we can still use the knowledge of the primordial dragons to know if there's a way to break the curse in your family.
Of course. In fact, that's one of the questions I was going to ask them.
Mhm.
But in the meantime, just a little bit of freedom for her will really make the difference. Who knows how long it's going to be until we find an answer.
Here's hoping we can.
Of course.
Let's make our way back
All the more
home.
reason to hurry it up.
Mhm.
Is there any more fuel we can put into this thing to make it go faster?
What is fuel?
That's a good point. Is there any way that we can make this faster?
We're already going full speed, my friend.
I heard if they paint fires on the side, it makes it go even faster.
Now you need to paint it,
Helena-
just paint it red. Ah, you go have
Helena! Helena,
What?
do you still have any paint?
That's actually a good question. How much paint do I have at this point?
The fact that you had to
Everybody
paint Garu twice, not
Probably very little.
much.
I feel like I'd definitely be fresh out of red.
Yeah, you're relatively out of red, but you can
Damn, that's the
make
one we need.
red.
But you
I was
can
gonna
make flames out of other colors. Apparently, blue is the hottest.
I don't think you understand how you can't just make red.
Use a primary color. Just mix yellow and blue to make a blue yellow.
Well,
I don't understand color theory. I don't understand color theory, but that makes sense.
So,
dear.
Uh,
I don't think I have enough to cover a ship. Here's the thing, this is usually typically more for, like, canvas things.
But even a little bit of a flame could make a difference.
Oh, right, fine. And Helena's gonna just take her paints out, and she's gonna, like, paint, like, a little flame, or, like, on the outside railing.
I'm just you were looking at her going, you do realize he can't even see it, right?
I'm aware he can't see it, but I'm humoring him.
When
Alright,
everyone's
make
gone,
a-
just claim it.
you guys have argued me about this before. Is it dexterity or performance? I feel like it's performance.
Dexterity.
It's dexterity, usually.
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Yeah, and also considering the fact that you're up, thousands of feet into the air, moving at 40 miles an hour, sure, go ahead and make a difference.
Yara, why would painting something be a performance?
It's a natural one.
God.
So
I
you take out your blue and white paints.
Funny enough, I see this, but I don't feel like Yondala wants to give you some luck tonight.
You don't?
Nah.
Okay, that's fine.
You live with that.
As you take out your blue and white paints in order to paint a very small flame on the outside railing of this airship, as you are just about ready to finish, a gust of wind as it passes in front of you and it blows the brush across the painting, ruining it, and then it lost to the wind.
No. Oh.
River just looking at her from the top of the deck, just going, "Oh, please, no, come back."
Man,
Bad luck.
I liked that brush.
So did it work?
Garu, make a perception check for airflow.
-10?
What was it?
I mean, it's not like you can...
-10 or just neutral?
-10.
Fuck.
The -10, yeah.
That's gonna be a 5, then -10.
Yeah, you're going so much faster because Helena did such an amazing job, you think?
It's working! It's working!
But for some reason, the air feels chillier. Man.
Love you guys so much.
Just painted red, goes faster.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All
We're going
right.
to make our way back to
Alright, so, in 3 days
Can
of
we
travel...
just say that it used to be 4, so now it's 3, so it did work.
It was 3.
He did say 3
It
originally.
was 3.
It was 4 because we beat up a bunch of pirates.
Let us believe
Yeah.
it.
No, it added a half day because you guys had to stop to get all the stuff.
Yeah, to get the loot.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
As far as it goes, no, that's faster.
So fast.
yeah, you guys are
So
going
fast.
fast. Once again, seeing the wonderful skyline as you guys are, trolleying along the skies, looking at the vast openness of good old Alanon. By the time you finally make it to Aurario, you find yourselves once again at the Tower of Platinum, and your ship now resting within its chained basin, and you guys prepare for what comes next.
Yep. I'm going to the library to pick up Siren.
All right.
Can we just speed run this?
Yeah.
Just pick
Candace
him
will
up.
give Helena a new paint set.
Oh,
Aww.
look
Aw.
at that.
It's like 2 gold.
Still no change in expression at all.
Yeah.
Helena does take it, and she just kind of gives him like a friendly little bump on the arm. Thank you.
Alright.
Smile. I'll paint
No.
one on you.
God, that would look horrifying.
Ugh. Yeah, I know how that they smile.
Alright.
Ugh.
So, as you travel to the library in order to seek out Siren, once again, he is piled high with books around him, drinking from what seems to be this odd thing and the red glowing stone from before.
Well, Siren, it's time to go.
Yes, yeah. Elena. I'm sorry, I was finishing up some studies.
You look tired.
Very. I don't sleep often like I used to.
We don't sleep.
Fair enough.
Meditate.
Well, it depends on how you perceive it.
That is true.
I am restless. That is all.
Well,
So,
lucky for you, we will be going on a nice, lovely little trip. Going off to Yemnin. We're going home.
oh,
Get you out of this library.
suppose as he begins to start piling some of the stuff that he has kind of just made his home here for, and as it all goes back into his bag, and he carefully grabs one of the smaller bags in his bag, and he just over the giant red spiky stone from before, and he ties it tightly, and he places it into his belongings, and you suppose the librarians will the books and everything.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to worry
I
about
mean,
it.
yes, it'll give them something to do.
Yes.
What they're paid for.
As he finally gets up and he, at full stance, this is a very tall elven man. It's nothing really comparable to when he is often seen sitting down and reading. So, where to?
Well, is there anything we need to get before we go? She says as she's taking out the bean.
Oh,
I'd rather we take care of this as quickly as possible.
Wait, didn't I give
Although,
you a...
there is a good...
He's looking at you, Helena, is like, wait, didn't I give you the scroll?
That's right. That is true. Even better.
That on the return trip.
Didn't it not work anyway last time? I think it works either way, but
It gets you in or out of the Feywild, but whichever way it works. Oh, no, wait.
So wait, the scroll can bring people to the Feywild?
it can. In or
Yes.
out. I mean,
Would-
getting out isn't usually necessarily the problem. It's purely just that lasting time dilation, and the scroll doesn't really help that. So,
Okay. If it doesn't help with that, might as well just.
right. Well, if we're ready.
How did we escape the Feywild last time?
We had the lightning guy help us out last time.
Yes.
That is true. No, wait, no.
Though-
Wait.
Though, just to be sure, we're going to use the bead to go to the pools, and and once we get out using the scroll, we'll just use the bead back to Dracovania.
No, we're
that's
using
the
the scroll. We're using the scroll to get
Oh.
there.
Oh.
It just immediately gets us there.
But what if we can't come back?
Oh, we can come back. It's just the time dilation.
No, forgive me if I forgot. In game, I don't remember how we got out of the Feywild last time.
I think it was
We just went back to the...
Yeah.
We went to the pools, right?
No. I think it was we used the scroll, but the reason why we weren't wanting to use that was because of the whole time dilation thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was our last resort to get out.
So
think-
we're just going to have to do that again.
Yeah.
Because we can rely on finding an exit out on the other side.
Unless
That's the
Oberon
thing.
wants to help us.
No, actually, I think we used a bead. It's just that the only thing was that
No.
Lionel had to make a roll to make sure that.
Okay, so the way that the bead works is that it works on the plane of existence that you are already on.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we
you
use a
guys
scroll.
did use the scroll to get out.
Oh, we
Yeah.
that's right. We
Yep.
don't have the scroll anymore.
Oh, well. A shame, but...
Beans it is. And she's gonna use the bean to go over to Yemnin.
Alright, so...
Although, wait, hold on a second. If we are going to be using the beam, shouldn't we send the air crew back over to Dracovania?
Why?
Well, once we have to go...
In the Feywild, we might as well go to Dracovania first.
You know what? That's fair. I suppose we could do that.
Just, I mean, they can't really defend themselves, though.
Well, they're in the middle of a city. I'm sure they'll be fine.
I mean, I think she means on the way there.
Well, you can just get a bunch of clergymen to help defend them. Wouldn't that help, Canis?
Most likely. And it's not as if a pirate would be able to stand up to several members of the Bahamut clergy.
Nobody will expect the Dragon Inquisition.
I'm going to let that one sit down.
All right.
All right, I guess we'll just super quick just let them know that plan
And then give them a handful of paladins and clerics as, I guess, crewmen bodyguards.
I feel like we should probably let them know when we are back, though, because I don't know. It feels like it's better if they come to us later, or we come back here, than hoping they go there. And what if we deal with the time dilation and it takes like years to get back?
Wait, we can send messages to the fucking planes, right?
Yes, but there's a one.
Yes, with sending.
There's a 1%. There's a 5% chance that it doesn't arrive, but we wouldn't know.
But
So yeah, we can do that.
That's what a D100 is for.
Well, if it's a 5% chance, then it's don't roll a 1.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I'm here for you.
Don't
Because
roll
on
a
a
zero.
D20, it's a 5. Well, on a
No,
D20, 5%
you can roll-
chance is one side.
Yeah, you can roll a d20.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I literally just don't roll a natural one.
And if
But
you roll a
anyway.
natural one, I'm here for it.
Percentile
yeah.
dice exist for a reason. All right.
No one cares.
Yeah,
Fucking percentage.
nobody gives a shit about percentile die except me.
Majority rules. Carry on.
All right. So,
Let's make our way back.
who are you communicating with at this point? I'm sorry, I'm losing track here.
Okay, basically, here's the plan. We teleport to the pools, we go there, and we do the thing. And when we are ready to come back, we send the message to this plane to the airship, so that we can tell them where to show up.
Okay.
Because we don't know if they're going to show up back here or in Dracovania. Here, that's the issue, or all the way back in the pools.
Okay.
So, I feel like is that okay with everyone? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty, so
Yeah.
we might as well keep them here.
All right. So, as you, Helena, having an ideal memory of the pools of Hawaii, as you find with what looks like to be a simple door here within the library, you place, and as the door proceeds to open, you see the not yet glowing pools of Hawaii. As you look back at the phase of the moon, it isn't just yet, but it's getting close.
We're going to camp. And just
Yep.
wait.
Alright.
Might as well camp.
As you guys enter, you pass through, you come out with what looks like to be one of the many trees here within the pools of Hawaii as the doors close behind you. And you are left. The water at the pools, for the very first time when you sit to listen, it is motionless. Do you all begin to prepare camp for the next couple of days?
Yep.
Yeah.
Simplify it, basically.
I missed the tower.
Actually.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Lionel.
I really feel that very in character when River met again with Leroy and she called him Lionel.
As the first night passes, without any complications, you do notice the blowing winds of the ice storm that always surrounds this forest, guarded by the spirit that roams it freely. You do notice that it lets up a bit at one point.
Neat. Keep waiting.
As the next day, and seems to be the night as it begins to crest over, you are noticing it is almost time. Who's standing watch?
I vote Helena, the one that doesn't need to sleep that much.
I was gonna say it'd probably be her since she barely needs sleep. So
Alright.
And it's not like anything would really sneak up on her.
Even
She'll
so,
speak up on them.
indeed.
Nothing personnel, kid.
She's already in another plane of existence just by putting on a hood on.
she's just sitting there watching over Invisible.
Yep.
As a few hours pass and you begin to kind of look out, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
How tell me that don't work anymore. Oh.
That is a dirty 20.
30-20? As you look out towards the pools, you notice something that's shifting and moving in the darkness. As you see, it's kind of going from each pool, kind of sticking around and then going up and leaving and going to another one.
Any shape? Does it look aggressive?
It looks small, about river size, and it's kind of just odd. It's hunched over and it's kind of just carrying something.
Does it look vaguely rat-like?
Sort of.
What was Lionel's dad's name?
Rock, I believe. Rock metal.
Yeah.
Rock. Is that you?
It's looking around.
She just gives a soft little whistle.
As soft little whistle, he goes, ah!
No, it's just... She'll just kind of up and out of the shadows. It's just me.
Oh! Well, goddamn. This is Lionel's friend. Lena.
Indeed. How are you?
Quite well.
As he adjusts his little glasses.
Nobody ever comes down to these pools and waters, and I didn't see you pass by the forest as well, which is quite odd because you kind of have to go through there in order to get through here.
Yeah. We needed use of them again.
Oh, so all of y'all are here. That's good, that's good.
Indeed. She'll wave him over towards, where the group is camping, and then she'll just softly, psst, wait, we have a visitor.
All of you come by. You do see what looks like to be a very, tenuous, but glad to see all of you, Rock Metal, as he's standing among you.
Yeah, look at that. After Lionel came back, I thought I'd never see any of your faces again, but, well, as life goes.
How is he?
Doing quite well. He's, prepping for that shop they're opening, and he's been tinkering away at his little creations. Very useful around the house, I will admit. My golly, you see my son so often, it's got me a little worried about my other kids.
So he set up shop in the town then, I suppose.
He's getting ready to. He's still making those knickknacks, and he wants to make sure he has enough for a back order.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
You would definitely come by to say hello, but time is of the essence here.
Don't worry. I only came by to check the pools and be ready to make some acquirements before I go off and sell myself a new batch.
Take it that's still going well for you then?
Oh yes, it's been mighty fine gold indeed. And seems like some of the outer villages have been enjoying it itself. I should probably take a note from Lionel's book and make a back order.
Send him our love, won't you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's good to see all your faces.
You as well.
As he then gives a very Yenden bow to all of you.
Arigato, arigato.
And he goes
Arigato,
over.
master.
He goes over and he scoops up some more of the pool water, and he packs it away, corks it, and then he proceeds backwards, back to where he once was, to the Forest Spiritzu.
The good old dryad bathwater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yummy.
I
Makes
can't believe he's
damn
just
fine mead.
dry at bathwater.
Makes damn fine mead.
Makes the best damn fine meat I've ever had.
Just
So
don't
the secret-
tell anyone in it.
So the secret ingredient was Fey bathwater.
Just good old Fey bathwater.
Tell
So-
no one you got it here.
No.
Tell no one.
Now, Helena,
Yeah.
listen.
You know, don't you dare finish that thought.
Let's see,
Anderson
please.
slowly crane his head down to river and makes a confusion and disgust at that.
I was making a joke.
This is no time for jokes.
Yeah, it's time for the moon to get ready, so we can get the hell out of here.
And so that you can stop thinking about drinking Helena's bathwater.
Blech. Ugh.
I feel dirty.
That's disgusting.
Well, fortunately, you can wash off that dirt.
No. Maybe when I get
Literally, we're walking into a pool.
home. It is true.
But at the
keep
same
everything.
time, it's also making Fey bathwater. That's quite the conundrum.
Moving on from the subject.
Moving
I-
on.
I have many sharp objects on my person.
Full moon.
All right. As the third and final night, as it comes, you see once more the glowing pools of Hawaii as the full moon begins to phase over. You see as the light beginning to shade down. You see the multiple colors as it spreads out and among itself. You once again find that bright, foresty-like green. It is the one before this pool that you remember so well.
Oh, hold hands, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
In we go.
As
In
all
we
of,
go. Back into the madness.
as all of you begin to step near it, there is one little nymph as it begins to approach.
Oh yeah, the nymph.
It is
Alright, it
safe.
was nymph bathwater.
It is safe. As it reaches out and it grabs you and it begins to very gently pull you through the bath. Fuck you guys. I was this close to finishing it. As you guys enter the pools of Hawaii, this pool, as it, once again, you feel the colors and you see these images of the universe as you are pulled through and you're tunneling through. By the time you manage to get to the other side, you guys from the water and you all breathe a deep breath. Here you see the Feywild. Out in the open, and you see once again the Sealy Kingdom sitting just in the center of your guys' vision. What seems like to be the dark forest far and behind, what looks like to be a storm just off. But you guys feel something different here. As you turn around and you begin to see trees. Not like before, but familiar. River, make a History check.
History.
Yep.
Yeah. History, I think I said it was 4+4. Yes, it's going to be a 19.
19. As you begin to look at the trees, they are not like any of the others here within the Feywild. In fact, they seem almost as if they be natural towards your plane of existence. You're beginning to remember the formation.
From the Emerald Enclave?
Yep.
Oh, yeah!
This is the entrance of the Emerald Enclave, and it seems like it is here. And you see, like, small wisps of clouds and mists as it acts as, like, this thin veil and barrier for whatever protection it was, but it is no longer on the prime material plane, but simply protected here within the Feywild.
Huh.
Are there people around?
Not that you can see.
Guys, we're in the Emerald Enclave.
Well, that takes care of one problem.
Well, not so
you
much
can
takes
go
care
here.
of as
Location-wise, how did it end up all the way in Yennen?
That. What is. How do you even manage to travel anywhere in the Feywild?
I mean, we have our ways.
Everything around here seems like it's built to confuse anyone that comes here, leaves here, or wanders around here.
And it's succeeding.
Yes.
Helena
Ah,
shrugs.
yes.
Magic is pretty spooky.
Oh yes, the
I mean, it seems
Feywild.
normal to me, really.
I hate this place.
I'm not far behind you. It's fair.
I want to go back home.
We need to finish our business here.
As,
Well, them a recent.
as you see
Quick.
Siren beginning to look out towards the Sealy Kingdom, you feel that he does have to complete his duty here.
You don't have to wait up for us if you don't want to. Need to figure out our plan of action.
I do. However, I'm also relatively sure that the king will want to see you immediately along with me, so...
That is true.
Alright. Suppose we should go there first then.
It's not like the Emerald Enclave will be gone and we won't be able to use the door here anyway.
No,
That's
they've been
true.
here for a while, so.
It is true.
Very well.
Wait,
Look
why
into
can't we
it.
use the door again?
No, I'm saying it's not like we can't use the door because it's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, let's go to your home, Helena.
Seeing
Yes.
Oberon again.
Yes.
Steel yourself, friends. As you all begin to traverse through the ever-changing hues of the field, you guys enter the Sealy Kingdom. Much like it was before, unchanged. Within the walls of the Sealy Kingdom, it is like a perfect ever garden here, as the walls curve in. You see the magical palace that sits at the center of it all.
Making our way downtown.
Yep. As you guys begin to press onwards, you see Siren as he gives his insignia towards the guardsmen. They open the gates, and you are once again met with that very same Fey-like being as she stands there before you in this rather very pristine greenish purple hue of a dress and bearing the symbol of the kingdom that is Oberon's. A delight to see all of you again.
Oh, this bitch.
Ah, yes. Delightful. Wonderful. We're here to see the king.
Oh, there must be at least some good news. I can only imagine what it is and isn't, so please follow. As she turns and begins to step out towards the main kingdom, this giant open grass with various well-kept bushings and, almost made out of statuettes. As you enter the kingdom, this glowing, greenish huing city. As you guys traverse through it and you enter, and you stand amongst the door that you guys had passed before here.
Helena's fidgeting.
Calm yourself.
Perfectly calm.
I doubt that.
You can do this, Helena.
We believe in you.
As you see the door as it slightly opens, a very astute individual as it stares down along all of you. I feel like I do not have to reiterate the rules of the throne room. You may only speak when spoken to. Do not raise your voice towards the king, and his word is final. Are we aware of this?
Hi.
Yes.
Crystal.
Then you may enter. As the doors slightly open in a very keen manner, as you guys see just beyond this glowing throne room, you see the two figures that sit on their thrones. King Oberon, this engorged creature standing much larger than any other, and his wife, Tatiana. As you guys proceed onwards and you stand amongst him, he looks down at all of you.
Kneel.
Helena does.
Oh my! I thought he said Earl.
Kneel.
Can't go to that.
Yarrow kneels well.
Siren, it has been a great deal of time. At first I thought you failed, yet you come so confidently. As for you, Helena, I once again see you within my throne room, without a single image of the man in red before me. Would you care to explain?
As you do, you hear the room beginning to slowly rumble aloud, and you see the light begin to slightly shift.
We generally know where he is. Last we saw, he actually disappeared into one of the portals from Lycia Bay. As of right now, I thought it best to not be as concerned with him first.
You hear as he
opposed to the other
exhales. It is with deep, guttural anger.
You were given a mission. What you think is best is not for you to decide.
I was given 2 missions, sire. One to investigate the portals. The other to investigate the man. What was his name again? Zenless?
Zanless, yeah.
Zenless.
Yeah.
Correct.
We have managed to keep track of him multiple times, but he has posed no threat. But the portals have been far more serious, and that is what I have been paying more attention to.
When have I ever noted the man in red to be a threat to the kingdom? Never
You
once.
have not. You haven't, but the portals are. That is why I have chosen to focus on them first and foremost.
You once again hear that angry growl as it begins to rumble. You see the light starting to begin to shift once more. So, as his eyes now trail towards Siren, if I may be so bold, perhaps in due time Zanless will return. But there are more pressing matters here within the world, not just ours, but those beyond it. At least give Helena a moment to speak her piece before you make your judgment.
My quellings with you are far different. If I sought your advice, I would have asked so.
His eyes trail back to you, Helena.
Zanless is not a threat, but he is of great interest to me and my own. You have failed your first mission. I will hear what you have to say about your second.
Well, we have found the general cause of the portals. They are mainly due to a Lumerian.
You see as he becomes very upright.
By the name of Roya Elegantali Lumeria.
I've not heard that name in a great deal of time.
He is the cause of them. I'll basically explain to him the hows of how he basically made the portals.
As he begins to lean towards one of the sides, he begins to ponder.
The history of Lumeria, no matter how short it existed, was complicated. I never saw the gods' decision in seeking the ideal mortal. Even I think that immortality is baseless. But if what you say is true, the threat will remain on the prime material plane for the most part. It will have nothing to do with us at the end of the day.
don't know if that's true. We have spoken to the ancient dragons. They say if he gets what he is looking for, it could destroy everything.
A threat for another day, if it happens. Keep in mind, child, we were created by the dragons themselves. I've seen what they've wanted. I've seen their threats. I've seen many things far and beyond. It wasn't until the petulant Platinum One sought to make a deal with mortals and seek that it can be justly ruled. They were wrong. I was right. They paid the price. If they seek to pay the price once more, they should have cleaned up their mess better. Is that all,
Well,
spy?
basically, it's what we aim to do. Because recently he's also used a dying god as a means to get what he wants. By the name of Zahir.
Barely a threat to I. A liar with a handshake, if one could call it. But I would far outlive him in his dying state, and once more he is of no threat to our kingdom.
All the same, we do seek to kill him. It is true. He is, or will be, of no threat. I and my companions are actually seeking a way to take him out. We were hoping, perhaps, with some knowledge from here. Because it's come to our attention that he does have an entire city charmed. We are hoping of a way to block it.
You seek my guidance, even
Yes.
though you failed.
I haven't failed. You asked me to find out what the portals are, and I have completed it, even if that means there is no threat here. And then as for Zanlis, I can still get him.
I warned you. If you did not bring him back, I have no choice but to keep to my word. You were a decent spy. But there are many more like you. Elena Thronus. You were tasked with bringing back Zanlis, great-grandson of Oberon. I have promised you that if you failed to do so and you once again approached me, I see no other reason but to exile you to the Sealy. What do you plea?
Helena. Helena stands up.
As you do, you feel the room thunder around you, the light beginning to now become darker, and you see the glowing green eyes as they stare at you with intent and anger. You feel the bow as the string behind him begins to pull back as if to knock.
I am Sealy no more. If you will not help your people, I'm fine. I'm no longer part of it.
As you rest your head downward and you feel the weight. You feel the arrow as the string returns back.
Very well. You may leave in peace. Should you ever wish to approach me again, don't hold your breath.
Helena's fists kind of loosen in grip. If I did the reflection, would you help us?
You see as he leans back and cracks. You hear one faint chuckle.
Dare I even believe you capable of so?
If I do the reflection, will you help us?
You surely don't jest, so... If an Eldrin were to walk out of the reflection so easily, I would be swayed. I will assist you if you manage to make it out with whatever you have intact.
She looks at her companions.
If you're looking back at the companion, River is bleeding through the mouth. Has a bleeding mouth at the moment.
Biting her tongue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Canis is just kind of looking at the ground and shaking his fist violently.
Garu's clawing into the ground.
You can see Siren grabbing his heart, crying, trying to hold back.
If River can look back at Helena, she's going to give her a thumbs up.
She just looks back and sees everyone vibrating in rage.
Yeah.
In rage!
It's not every day I have the mistakes of my father and myself recounted by me in derision.
Can River raise her hand? Like in class, asking for permission?
He notices it, but he doesn't acknowledge it.
I'm going to keep it up.
Speak, Red One. Choose your words carefully.
She's bleeding a little bit. First of all, sire, I believe in my companion. And I do not believe that she is just a common spy. It's one of the best, despite your expectations. And if I be to be so bold, this reflection that you all talk so much about, can it be done as a group to prove our worth? So I'm not going to leave her doing this by herself. We are
Quite
here
bold
together.
Indeed. I've never seen such a small one be so free to speak within my presence. If you have such faith, I will allow you to assist your companion within the reflection. It will be necessary anyways.
We're here together. We shall go together. She's going to just again give a thumbs up to Helena. And this look of might not be much, but that's all you have.
You can see her have like a super wobbly smile.
As you all begin to feel the creeping presence, this is not known for its easy endeavor. This is a very difficult thing to do. As you all begin to stare back at the king, as he waves his hand, you feel all of you are pushed back all the way towards the door. As you all now stand across from him.
The first task is for you to understand that the reflection is not a means of going mad. It is for you to understand the things that you are and the things that you can be. There are various Seelie that had once passed this test. There are those who are unseelie who have passed as well. I will find it interesting to see if any of you succeed.
As you watch from the ground, as the cobblestone begins to kind of shake and shimmer, you see as these giant vines and bushings begin to rise, almost like you can see what is this massive maze beginning to rise from the ground itself, as you see him raise his hand up until the point that you can no longer even see him, with a single entrance. And one cup, as it begins to rise up as well, you see what was that very astute individual walking over with what seems to be this very fine looking jar as it pours into the cup.
Each one of your friends will be placed within the maze of the reflection. Each trial will be about you, Helena. We are going to find out what you are worth.
As you hear a snap of a bowstring, the three of you, as you were once standing near the door, as you blink, covering your ears, you are in empty rooms all across. You are nowhere near each other. And Helena, you stand alone.
Helena Thronus, your reflection begins. Take your first drink.
She does.
Alright. Going to be very interesting.
Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm terrified, you guys.
Yep.
Does that sound?
Is-
does this
I'm
sound like
literally-
an extended section?
I'm actually literally shaking, so.
Don't
As
worry,
you-
everything will be fine.
As you do, and you begin to consume the drink, as it hits you, and it hits like poison. And it goes down slow, painful, burning, as your eyes become erratic. As you drop the cup on the floor, as it rings out, you feel like your ears are full, your eyes are heavy, and your brain is on fire. So, as of right now, you are seeing images along the side. Inside the maze, you see the first time since Canis disappeared, you see inside almost as if he is hanging. And as you run in, hoping to help and pull him down, you run into the maze and he disappears once more. You feel like you are hallucinating. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session, you guys.
Oh, snap.
Oh boy, I can't wait for the existential crises next week.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be playing Calm Sister Todd to background music, aren't you?
So, Kaylin, I'm going to be messaging you later this week. A lot of questions.
Yep.
As for the rest of you guys, I'm going to actually ask you guys some very important questions before the session. So, know what you're going to do and say when it's your turn and it's your time.
Okie dokie.
You guys will be assisting Helena through this entire endeavor. This is going to be a big teamwork thing.
Oh, great.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm so scared, guys.
All right, so that's where we're gonna go ahead and end tonight's session. Thank you all so much for watching. We're gonna go ahead, go around the table as we usually do. I did put Canis at the top. Usually
Yes.
it's Boo.
Fuck it, let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Why not?
let's mix it up a bit. All right. So first of all, I do have a couple announcements coming from me. I do have to apologize. I did not upload anything on Friday. There will be a video this upcoming Friday. It is the video I've been working on. In fact, I posted a preview of it on Twitter. If you guys are interested in the transportation culture of American and Japanese culture, go ahead. It'll be out on Friday. And then the Friday after that, I will post the brand new Cool or Cute video. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the start of episode 2. So is Joe. So I'm looking forward to it. So that being said, Friday videos are coming out relatively quickly. We are up to date on the YouTube channel. I just finished doing our backlog, aside from this episode, of course. So if you guys are interested in catching up on the rest of D6, there's a link down below to our archives and also where you can find the Cool or Cute videos. So there's that. All right. So that being said, Mal, how you now? That's so weird.
Hey, I'm so relevant. I was playing Canis the ASMR Cleric, and you can find my Twitter just below my name there on screen. And my Twitch is twitch.tv/Sir_Maleric. Normally it's me streaming crime games, because recently I started playing through Hotline Miami, and I'll occasionally dip into Payday 2.
Crimes.
Crime game.
Crimes.
God damn, Hotline Miami destroyed my wrist.
Want to do crimes?
It looked insane.
Oh,
Right.
that's it for me. I'm the boo.
Hey, how's it going? I have a fucking announcement. I am off of commissions for an entire month. I've been doing this fucking gig for 2 years, and now I'm having a fucking vacation.
Wait,
So now I'm really gonna stream since I have the time for it.
Yeah.
Probably thinking of doing some games or something of the sort, but I may have a little project that I've been working on for a while, but I now finally have the time for. So I'll just keep it under wraps for now. But I've given I've given some hints on Twitter.
But
speaking of- Yeah. But speaking of, you can find me at Boo Radley pretty much everywhere. Boo Radley 13 on here, on Twitch, on Twitter, wherever. So yeah, that's all good for me.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And River.
Hi, I'm Bracky, aka Brachyzoid. I play River the Halfling Fighter. You can find me at twitch.tv/Brachyzoid or on Twitter at Brachyzoid, where on Twitch, I play. Well, I used to play a couple of games and do some art, but I dwelled into Final Fantasy 14. So
Let's say.
Yeah.
a little bit, just a tiny bit.
So many
I
of
take it
you
you're past
guys.
Seventh War now?
Hmm?
I take it you're past Seventh War now?
No, I'm getting close though. Well, I don't know. I
Okay.
7-hour streams every other day.
I stream daily freaking Final Fantasy 14. I might stream later tonight. I don't know. Who knows? Depending how things go. But
I had to get into it. I had to get back into it because like so many people are playing it right now, and I kind of don't want
No,
to
it's
be left
driving
out.
me crazy.
no, it's my goddamn cocaine right now. But you know. But I also do every now and then art and other games, possibly Fall Guys specifically.
Ooh.
But that's about it for news to Twitch. You can find me on Twitter when I upload stuff and I announce when I'm streaming. If you have anything that you want to share regarding the campaign, like a comment or a fan art, you can do so on Twitter by using the hashtag D60R or tagging us using our Twitter handles down below, or which are below our characters.
Yeah. Very nice and updated too.
Mm-hmm. But
And,
I believe that's it. Caitlin, C37.
Hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter, Caitlin C37, where I do art and a lot of it. Commissions are open. If you guys want any of that, you can find all of my information on Twitter, and then if you want to watch me stream those commissions, you can find me on my Twitch. I also do the occasional game. Bracky and I recently did some pirating, so...
Pirates.
Oh, pirates!
Everything
So
is
that's-
fine.
Everything is fine. Totally did not get launched off the boat due to a megalodon.
It happens.
It was
You,
fine.
you shot her first.
It was big and scary. What was I supposed to think?
Fair enough. Barrett. All
But
right.
anyway, that is it for me.
All right. So that's gonna be everything. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and be good to each other, love each other very much, and as always, see you next Sunday, everyone. Oh, and I'm rating Monty. So.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Hey, you remember to raid.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
Right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.